One mana. Is it enough? It is not. All that for nothing? Okay, I get it. You gotta go through the motions. I didn't know how to count either, so. I'm on a quest, and that quest is to find a standard deck that can compete its way all the way to Mythic. And today I think we have found that deck. It is exactly what it looks like. It's a pile of mono black demons. That's right. Haven't we seen this before? You say, why demons again? They say, you know what I say to that? Well, if you like winning, then it's worth a try. It's been a lot of fun trying to find an answer for everything. And there isn't one particular deck other than Life Gain that's been really standing out as far as meta decks that you can find and that are easy to climb with. But to that, I raise you Mono Black Demons, because we cannot let Life Gain win. It is a fun deck and it is effective, but we will not have that in this standard of best of one. We will not. So for that reason, I will show you some awesome cards in this pile, and then we'll go jump into some gameplay. Really quick, I also want to mention that we have a Discord server. It's brand new, brand spanking new. It has a Discord new server smell, if that's a thing. But anyway, it's there, and if you like deck building, brew, theory crafting, just talking MTG, I invite you to join the server and have a place to hang and chill. Also be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. And let's check out some of these new cards here before we jump into the gameplay. So this deck aims to basically take over with demons, yes, but how it gets there is a little bit interesting. Some things we haven't seen before. One of the big callouts and new from Edge of Eternities is Dubious Delicacy. Have you seen this card? I haven't seen this card. It's awesome. It's really, really cool. It's flash food, so I don't know if that makes it fast food, but I think so. When this artifact enters, up to one target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. And then for 2, you can either sack it, gain 3 life, which is always appreciated in those situations where you're going to be needing life. But we're not always looking for life. The main thing that you're going to want to do with this is you're going to want to sack this to have the opponent lose 3 life. Once this is on the board, it's done its thing. I think people see food and they think, oh, okay, it's just something that you can heal. And that's not the case. I have had this thing issue lethal at least 5 times since I've started to play this deck. And it's just awesome. It sits on the board. No one's going to want to destroy it. It's not really worth destroying until they have 3 health left and they end up dying. It's a fantastic card and really fits well into this deck. Archenemy's Charm. You've seen this. There's been some other decks out there with this in it, and even other iterations of demons. And this card really is good for removing creatures, but also providing other forms of value. It's kind of like a Sheldred's Edict, if you will. And it's something that we're going to be running because if we don't have any stipulations with the 3 black, so might as well have some removal. One more very interesting and very good card is Acolyte, which is hard to say 3 times fast, but don't say it in a mirror. You might not want to do that. We have lifelink here on this human cleric. It's a 4-mana 4/4. Okay. Whenever one or more creatures you deal combat damage to a player, you draw a card and lose a life. Everyone wants to draw cards. There's also Void. At the beginning of your end step, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or a spell was warped this turn, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. There's a lot of value in this card. It's awesome, but the main thing is that it draws cards for us outside of having to rely on Unholy Annex, which is a fantastic way to draw cards, but as we all know, it does damage to us if we don't have a demon. We shouldn't have too much of a problem having demons on the field. We do have Soulstone Sanctuary as well as Bloodletter for our demons. Really don't need many more than that. It ends up doing the job just fine. Of course, Unholy Annex can also provide a 6/6 demon. We don't even have to have a demon on the field for this all to work. But, you know, obviously if we have Unholy Annex on the field, that's fantastic. One major combo alert that I want to make sure you are aware of. We do have Unstoppable Slasher in the deck. That's great. If you combine Unstoppable Slasher with Bloodletter of Aclazotz, guess what? If they're both on the field and you attack with Slasher and the opponent decides, I don't need to block, that's not that big of a deal, I'll just take the hit. Well, that's going to be the end of the game, because between the two of them combined is a one swing lethal. It doesn't matter if they have 100 health or 1000 health or 2. They're going to die with the Bloodletter and the Unstoppable Slasher combo. It's nice having multiple win conditions outside of just damage, but this is a very nice way and a good way to cut into life gain decks, or basically really expedite the pressure that's on the board. You know, if you have to win in 1 or 2 turns, having Slasher on the board and then throwing out a Bloodletter and it getting through is awesome. That's the deck. It's super fun. I was able to climb really far with it. I'm not yet in Mythic, but I know this is a Mythic caliber deck. I promise you it is. I can tell it's great. With that being said, let's jump into the gameplay and see how it does. Wow, that is a name right there. That is a name that you can have on Magic the Gathering. So this land is not that great. We don't want 2 Soul Stones and no other black source. Can't really do anything with that. We can, however, do something with this. We do have the Unstoppable Slasher Bloodletter combo. We've got a nice turn 2 Bat, followed up with a turn 3 Charm if needed. Slasher's probably going out there, but I like this. This is something we can work with. Get rid of one of the Slashers. We do get to go first, thankfully. I will always appreciate that. It does increase our win rate, it seems, across any deck that we play it by about 10%, so I think that's normal. So yeah, going first is awesome. What do we got here? Okay, that's not so badass of you. So thanks. Opponent goes first. We've got some remove. Yeah, here we go. This is like almost the same hand as earlier. Even better, one would say. We don't have to get rid of a card. Those are some very special sleeves for probably a very special deck. We're about to find out. Is it? I don't know. Is Vivi making a comeback? I know there was a recent tournament and Vivi was very popular, ended up winning. I think it's a better best of 3 deck, however. Use best of 1, not necessarily dominating, but probably pretty effective against most matchups. We'll see though. See if I'll eat my words here. I'm just guessing it's Vivi. I mean, Roaring Furnace, however, is interesting. Okay, 3rd land is appreciated. Let's go ahead and get our Slasher out there. They could send it back with bounce. They could probably outright kill it. They do have 4 mana, so it may not live. Good thing about Slasher, though, is that it can come back. Yeah, they decided to bite it. Still have 2 mana open. 3 cards in hand, however. We've got a bunch of removal at this point. I think it's safe to go ahead and get our Annex out. Start getting some value out of it. It's nice having a demon in the wings. Alright, another Furnace. What's the other side of that? No maximum hand size and draw a card. Wow, how much? 5? Well, that's pretty nice. That might be a concern. I think at this point we're going to have to see what's in their hand. Okay. Well, they've got a lot of card draw options, don't they? I think we will take their cheaper option. Usually the best idea with the bat. Unless there's just an absolute threat that we have to take. I mean, of course I want to take the dragon, but it does take their whole turn. So this is not a Vivi deck, maybe not a tradition like the traditional Vivi deck we've been seeing. We are now in land issue territory, which is unfortunate. We have quite a bit of removal and no targets, so I'm just gonna have to throw that out there and hope that we can gain enough life. What do we discard here? I think Strategic Betrayal might be okay to get rid of. I like having targeted removal. That's not so targeted. Getting their graveyard is convenient, but I don't think they're going to be digging in there. That's just too many furnaces. Alright, we're going for the bat. Hopefully they don't have many, or a good follow-up with that. Man, where? Okay, yeah, that's right. We drew a land earlier. We can go ahead, try to get the Alkalite out. They don't have any stick. They may not be running counter spells. Gaining life is nice, but we also get to draw on top of the Annex. But we do have a problem here. Let's get rid of one of these virtues. Definitely a good thing to bin. I'm a little nervous though about what their plan is. Oh. Where X is the greatest mana value among cards discarded, and you threw away a boiler bilges. That was pretty rude. If you want to ask me, that was rude. Alright, they can't have infinite removal, right? So let's just see what we can get here. With the good old-fashioned Annex Demon combo. Maybe they do have all the removal in the world. I mean, they are rocking blue. That's enough alone to have answers. Red can dish out creature damage pretty well. So, Starfield Vocalist. I can't say I've seen this card. Permanent entering the battlefield causes the triggered ability of permanent you control to trigger an additional time. Interesting. Okay, well, I don't like that. We're in a pretty good spot just having a Demon Annex. So, I think we'll shoot the Sheriff. We do have the ability to get a Qarsi out there. Since they didn't have removal last turn, go ahead and put some more pressure on. And plus, we don't want to have to discard the hand size. That's never fun. Get a little organized up in here. Okay, they had another vocalist. And now we are discovering... What is this? That is interesting. Okay, they've got Imodane's Recruiter. This is interesting. 25 cards left. Is this their big moment? Looks like it is. I mean, okay. Is this enough? What is happening? Am I missing something? Well, that was interesting. Okay, we have to block. That's 17. This guy doesn't have trample. So we're down to 2. Lost. And they're out. That was fun. All right. We don't have our Cecil or a bat, but I believe we'll probably draw it. Having 2 scavengers is not great. necessarily. We do have removal. I'm going to try this, though. I think this is something we can try. I have faith we'll draw something playable on this next couple of draw cycles. I mean, land isn't bad. Golgari. Possibly counters. Oh. Possibly Una? So far, looking like... I mean, there's not many... Dredger's Insight's made its way into other decks. But I don't know. Let's see. Well, they don't have any... If it is a Una deck, they don't have that much removal. Let's see what we got here. Tap land. It's good to see. Good for us. Momentum breaker. I just had to say it. At least it's not exile. Yeah, there's another one. 2 to make it true, right? Temple of Plenty. Plenty of scry to the bottom. Maybe Ride's End or something like that. That's a potential. If we had 4th mana, we'd be able to have Bloodletter. We're gonna have to try to attack here. See what they do in response. There is Stick. Alright, it goes through. They are down to 9. We have instant speed food. Fast food. The fastest of food. So, let's see what they got. They're gonna have to clear the board or have a removal on hand. If they had it last turn, they would have cast it, surely. Sometimes all it takes is a couple of slashers. Okay. Buried in the garden. Well, there's one of them. If we draw land, we're golden. Why would we? Why would we draw land? That's okay. We do get them down to 3. Now this comes out and it does require 2. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out so that we have it available for next turn. Hopefully they don't pay attention. They think, wow, that was a silly play. What is this guy doing? Now they are running white, so there's a very likely chance they could gain life here. Hopefully they're just worried about removing the slasher. Hey, that's fine with me. I just need an untap and 2 mana, and that's game. Tap land. Oh, I thought it was a gain life land for a second. They have 2 mana up with... Okay, that's they didn't think about this. This is all we have to do. Just like that. Fast food. Alright, we go first. We got 4 land. I like keeping hands like this. We do have removal, and we've got some pretty devastating creatures. So let's give it a go. Green again. Llanowar. Do we shoot the Llanowar elf? I think we do. I really do think it's always good advice to kill the mana dork. It seems overkill, but you never know what they could ramp into. Interesting. Okay, so maybe it's just the landfall deck, in which case our Death Touch creatures may come in vital here. They have trample, but Death Touch makes it a little bit less likely for them to come at us if they know their creature's going to die anyway. Although trample is a really good way to get around Death Touch. Okay, there's Tifa making me feel bad about killing the Llanowar elf, but I didn't know what I was up against, and now we're drawing land like nobody's business. Let's just hope they have a really slow turn, which never happens. Or we could, you know what, I'm going to force them to think about this. They don't care. They must have a really good follow-up. I mean, we can get them down to 9 all day long, but if they can swing for 40 this turn, doesn't matter. I'm going to make them have it. Hypothetically, we could draw our demon next turn and have lethal if they decide to attack all for some strange reason. But the Bloodletter would be very welcome. There's a stupid escape tunnel. So that's going to grow the Tifa and of course the Chocobo. Now do they have the throw 2 mana or 2 land on the battlefield? They're attacking. So if we can take an opportunity to kill a Tifa, I think we should take it. However, what are they? Or are they doing this so that I don't have him available next turn? Can Tifa get pumped? I'm gonna let it come through. 4 is not that bad. Could have been a lot worse. Okay. Ooh, a bat. It's not lethal. I mean, if we have Soulstone Sanctuary. Okay, Soulstone coming in with one of our unstoppable slashers. I like that. I mean, I would love to take what they have in their hand. What do they have in their hand? We're about to find out. A fight spell? Probably. If I had to guess. Thankfully, Soulstone, if they don't kill Soulstone, it does have Vigilance. Okay, they're blocking. And yeah, that's unfortunately for them, they have won. They have lived. My math is wrong. Everything I knew about life has changed. Do they have it? Yeah, they're doing the math. Unlike I did. She goes to 4, she can get 5. That's after she goes to combat. Okay. What are they doing? The suspense is, it's getting me. I mean, they're not going to spend any mana. I think the best thing would be to crack the Fabled Passage. But that's still not going to be enough. So I have no idea. I have no idea what they're doing over there. Okay. 7. 13. 1 mana open. One mana. Is it enough? It is not. All that for nothing? Okay, I get it. You gotta go through the motions. I didn't know how to count either, so. Not affiliated. Alright. This looks good. This is a good hand here. 3 mana, turn 2, removal and or bat, and then followed up by a slasher. We also have a 2 mana removal as well. If the opponent will figure out what they're doing, we'll be able to accept this. But we push on. Alright, tap land. Rakdos. Interesting. I don't know what's going on over there, so we're about to find out. Let me see. Oh. Cornered by black mages. Is that better to pull than the momentum? I don't think so. We'll be able to remove the actual creature. But at least it's more expensive for them. We have Death Touch here. They're not going to want to attack like that. We'll go ahead and remove it. Can't be letting them have value. Now, of course, they can play the Momentum Breaker, but that's okay. We're okay. We've got other plans. No? We're going for the mage. Okay. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, does 1 damage. So let's get rid of it. Yeah. That's cool. We'll save our Strategic Betrayal. It's situations like these that it becomes kind of an issue, because if they put anything out on the board, the only thing that's going to die from Strategic Betrayal is the token. However, I know they have 2 Bolt Waves and an unknown card. Unlikely, well, I mean, 3 mana could very easily be a creature. It's not. They're going for all the damage that they can possibly do in 1 turn. Respect. I mean, they can go down to 1 card. Honestly, seems like, yeah, they're not going to do that. Hey, there's some fast food. DoorDash just showed up. So, we have enough mana to take care of this creature, but also throw out our slasher. Come on. Do they have something to think about over there, or did I catch them off guard? Okay, they're hovering. They're alive. The cat has stopped knocking stuff off the desk. What you doing? However, we are low on cards ourselves. But I tell you what, it's nice to get roped every once in a while. While we wait, check out this. Look at this ugly yellow. Sorry, hard to see. There we go. Necrobloom. Very interesting card. Alright, what is it in your hand? Bolt Wave, we know. Nothing interesting. Okay. I like this. So I'm going to go ahead and cast the Acolyte. No reason to do Delicacy. We'll save that for a creature. Come on, man. You didn't do anything last turn. Maybe that's changed all of a sudden. If so, props, I guess. I like this this character. It's a really cool avatar. I've seen it a few times, but that's a good one. Seems a little small. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a bug. Or is it an alien? Or an alien bug. We're getting slow rolled here, I know that. Whatever it is they're doing it. They're not affiliated, however, so you can't call them out on it. Oh boy. Sometimes it seems intentional. I get it. Sometimes the pizza guy shows up. You stub your toe. Someone's calling you from the other room. Maybe someone's texting. Alright, they're down to 8. We're still at 13. They do have burn damage. We've seen that. They do not have anything on board. If they do cast anything, we should be able to take care of it with the Dubious Delicacy. Obviously, that will be next turn because we don't have enough mana for it this turn. But that's alright, I think, unless we die. Okay, so one of the cards, there's the Bolt Wave. They do start their engine, shift to third, whatever you want to call it. Last and final card. What is it? I gotta know. At this point, I have to know. Don't roam. Okay. We're second main phase. Okay. Alright. I don't expect them to have more than one removal at flash speed, but we'll see. First lightning. Okay. Not bad. We still get to draw a card. They're down to 4. We're going up. I forget Elegy has lifelink. That is some good stuff right there. That's why we play new cards in established archetypes. That's some value right there. So not only are we able to draw a bunch of cards with Unholy Annex and the Acolyte as well, we can create tokens, we can gain life, we have recursion, or basically just a lot of unstoppableness with the slasher. It's good stuff. This is a great deck.